Well, alright. Welcome back to Backyard Cars. And today we're back on 6 week prep. There's a lot to do. We got tires, wheels, a steering wheel, and other I gotta move the starter wires. I got a drive shaft safety loop. There's other things I'm missing. But let me get the keys and let's get on it. So, as you know, this was the old wheel, and it wasn't bolted down, and I was afraid someone's going to steal the car, so I'd take it off and bring it inside all the time. But they're not going to let that fly at the track. It's got to be bolted down, and well, I don't want no one stealing it there either. So, I invested in a new steering wheel, and I made a little plate and bolted on there nut thing, and well, this is the new wheel. It's not super fancy, but it's got the releasey things that they want you to have. So you just slide her on and it's locked in. And you can't just snatch it off. Oh, by the way, I'm showing you the wheel now because the battery's dead. The battery's dead. I mean, who would have thought that? It's not dead, it was just low. And well, it's on the charger now. So we're on to the steering wheel. And I just knocked it out real quick because let's face it, it's just a bolt. I did have to make the little plate though. But look, you just squeeze on it. And she's off in your hands. No one's stealing your car, you can get out, everything's good. I'll show you this. I did a good job. Let me just pull the door. Look at that. Pretty jazzy, huh? Nice little plate. It's not exactly right. I cut it out of 10 and bent the end over just so that it would cover it a little bit. And I'm thinking I should probably shoot some spray on this old steering column. And no? Yeah, that might be asking a lot. But I thought we could gloss it up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. We'll get to that when that boat crosses. That's way down the line. We got other things we got to do first. Okay. So, now that we got a good steering wheel, we're not going to throw away the old one. We're going to hold on to this because it goes on to GM. And you know, sometimes you get a car that's got a really bad steering wheel. And well, now you got one to replace it while you figure out what you're going to do. I think the set's about the same depth as the old one. Pretty close. It appears to be an inch larger than the old one. It feels better, I'll tell you that. Okay. What's next? What can we do out here? Oh, let's look at the UMI. What is it? Drive shaft loop. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. It's got a good hardware kit. There's no way there's holes in that cross member. So we're probably drilling holes in the floor. And they wrapped this up like it was damageable. Like it was China. Fine China. Bubble wrap and shrink wrap. They didn't want to get scratched. They said, I'm proud of that powder coat. I don't know. People might complain. They might get it and say, hey, it's got a check. Powder coating is horrible. There's just so much plastic. Alright, hold the drive shaft. Alright. Alright. That's gotta go. That's gotta go in. And so now we got the UMI drive shaft loop. We also got some tires and wheels. Well, we just, you know, wire brush these and then sprayed them new, and then they're just racing wheels. I mean, they look good on the money. They're just black rallies and some stickies. Well, they're not sticky, but they're much softer than the junk I'm running, and when they hook up, they're gonna hook up. So we have no wheel slippage. I ain't got enough horsepower to bust them bad boys loose. And yeah, so that we got to get this done. We got to get a lot done. Well, now we just got to get the car a little bit of battery juice charged up so she'll start. And I got to find a place to mount and balance my tires. I mean, you want your tires to be balanced, don't you? You don't want them hopping down the dragway. No. We need somebody to mount and balance them. And I just need the car to start so I can move it. So I'm gonna jack it up. Alright, so I'm sorry, but I pulled it in and I put it up on jack stands so that I can get down to the starter and get the wires off the starter. I don't know if you can see down in there. And cipher out which ones need to come back up here to go back through the firewall. And we gotta take a peek underneath there to see where the UMI bracket, trans bracket's gonna bolt to. So let's take a peek at that. Can you see anything? This is gonna be way back here. And looks like it's gonna go in just like so. There's no holes or notches or nothing. I gotta get my hand up here and now I see some Earl. That's no good. Gonna have to check on that. They're gonna frown upon that on the track. They're gonna frown upon Earl on the track. Let's see if I can't get you up in the hole. What are we looking at there? I gotta get my hand up here to get that nut off. Get the wires separated from that. I guess let me get something to get on that nut right there. What size do you think that is? 5/8? I don't know. Let me get on it. Well, so you know, like nothing can go normal, so as we were taking the starter out, I turned the bolt for the main power feed and the solenoid just busted into pieces, fell out on the ground. So instead of getting all frustrated with that, I just set it to the side. My son's gonna take it up and exchange it. And I came back here and I got the UMI drive shaft safety loop in, so my drive shaft won't flip me while I'm going down the highway if it ends up breaking. Great. Probably won't, but we're not gonna flip. We're just gonna destroy the rear pinion too. So we're just knocking them out. I came up here and I got my loom out and deciphering what's going on with all these wires so that I can figure out how to get, there's 3 in here, but there's only 2 at the end. So they're spliced back into 1 here. I don't know why. I don't know where the 3 went in there, but that's where we're at there. So we're gonna simplify this, just put it to 2 at the loom in there and kind of go through those wires up there. And we're just waiting on a starter to come back to put the starter in so we can set it back down and finish, you know, going through the, I think most of these I'm just doing away with, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna cut this back a little ways and fold it up so we can get it to the cut. Oh, maybe I just do that. I don't know. We're gonna cut it back a little ways and get it cleared up so we can get it to turn it into the firewall again over where we're trying to go to. So, step by step. Well, alright, the day has gotten away from me, and I've almost got my wirings pulled up and into the firewall. So, we got a lot done though. I mean, got a drive shaft loop in, replaced the wires on the starter, had to get another starter because the old one broke. That light is hot. And we got our wires inside here. And I had to do a bunch of dad things because my day never ends. Now let me climb out of here, and I'm gonna wash my hands and we'll get back on this in the morning. But at least we're able to fire it up and move it now, I think. Maybe. Alright, so it's a new day. And last night I was able to wrap up my wiring and get it all tinkered around and into the firewall and up to the bus bar. So we'll walk through now, and we got our horn wired in. We got our windshield wipers fixed. Our wiring is all wrapped up. Motor runs good. Got our shifter in. All the switches and doodads onto that. We even got this nifty little fuse panel. Not fuse panel, switch panel I stuck together real quick. Just for fun, you know. We got invisibility. We're working on missiles and the eject seat. We got ludicrous speed. And this, well, that's for accessories. You need accessories. Got our steering wheel taken care of finally. Reverse lights, neutral safety switch. Got the back sealed off. Got all our wiring done in our trunk with our nifty switch. Circuit breaker, all that stuff's tightened up. Oh, I got rags up in here I left. Got one more over here. Hey-ya! Hey-ya! I probably need to take those out before I did the rest of it, but alright. On off switch, and everything seems to be working. So now we got to mount it up on these wheels here. And I'm not putting the drag radials on the car right now. That's for the track. Put them on to make a pass, take them back off when we're done. But we do got to go get those mounted. But I think it's time that we take the old girl out and go for a drive and make sure that everything is going to work just fine. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let me fire it up. Motley Carlo. She's all ready for the sickness week. Well, we're all wrapped up. That's all we're doing. We got the wiring done. We got our steering wheel on the quick release. We got wipers. We got a horn. We even got our headlight switch mounted and the headlights working. Check. Did I say drive shaft loop? Safety, you know, safety. Sealed off the back and got a package tray in there. Didn't make it go any faster. Nope, not one bit faster. But it'll be alright. I mean, we're just trying to make the 1,500 mile round trip. Don't need to be the fastest. I still got tires to mount, and we'll bring you back when we've got the car loaded up and getting ready to take off. And we're gonna drag you along, whether you like it or not. But I'm out of here for this one. So go down there and do the like thing, hit the thumb, ring the bell, leave a comment. Hopefully it's good. And we'll see you when we get back around. Appreciate you watching.